Alright, I haven't put out any content in a while. I don't know what my deal is. I'm just really lazy. Pretty much sums it up. I revisited some of my nutrition videos and saw that I was really lazy on them too. So I'd like to redo some of them, but I'm still really lazy, so I don't know when I'll get around to that. But since I already got the ones I have up, I won't go to the effort of redoing them until I'm willing to put the time in and do them correctly. So for now, since I haven't been putting any content out, I just wanted to tell a funny story from when I was in college. My freshman year in college, I was 50% of the track team, and that's a true story. We had this cool coach that had just gotten cross country started the year I showed up, and I was part of the first cross country team, and he only got maybe a dozen people or so to sign on. It was a big difference between the 5Ks in high school and the 8Ks in college. I actually did better at the 8K because once I passed a mile, I couldn't keep a very fast pace anymore, but I could keep the same pace for 5 miles that I could keep for 3 miles, and some people couldn't. So it helped me do a little bit better, but I still wasn't very good. Most cross-country people are short, skinny, lanky people, so they have like these long legs, these tiny little waist, and like no body mass to move. And I was skinnier than I ever was in my adult life when I did cross-country. I got all the way down to 175, which for my frame is pretty skinny, but I still was like Arnold Schwarzenegger compared to these people, because they didn't have any weight on them at all. And I was happy because I managed to run 5 miles in just under half an hour, which is just under a 6-minute mile for 5 miles straight. For me personally, that was a good achievement, but competitively it sucked. I think I was like 2 minutes away from the second to last person, so I got creamed. But it was a fun experience. I didn't do it again the next year. But anyway, our coach decided he wanted to get a track team together too. And he tried, and only me and one other person ended up showing up. And so I was training for the 100-meter dash and the long jump, though I probably would have done the 200-meter dash as well, because back when I was younger, I was pretty good at running the 200 meters, almost as good as I could do the 100 meters. I had good speed endurance. Once you pass the 200 though, I crashed and burned. Like, I was never good at the 400. I never even broke 50 seconds. I never even came close to 50 seconds. I think my best race ever was 53 seconds, and most of the time I was slower than that. So I wasn't very good at that race, but I was okay at the 100 and the 200. Obviously, there's a lot of people way better than me. My best times at both those races was 11 seconds flat for the 100 meter and 22 seconds flat for the 200 meter, but those were my best times. My average times were significantly slower. But it was still fun. But I trained really hard because in high school I wasn't allowed to do what I wanted, and now I could do my specific events. I was a sprinter and a jumper. They always made me do distance in high school because I was a cross-country person. So I trained hard. I wanted to do well. I wanted to have fun with it. And I guess I trained incorrectly and overtrained, because I ended up getting jumper's knee, like a form of tendonitis. And so the coach lost 50% of his track team, and that was a bummer. I used to laugh though that the whole track team like fit in the front seat of my coach's Nissan pickup. He used to take us to track meets and stuff in his pickup, because it was like so disorganized and there was like no funding because nobody signed up and stuff. So that was an interesting, entertaining experience, and I just thought I'd share it since I haven't been putting any content out. Sorry if it's off topic. I wasn't a vegan yet, and it's not really pertaining to strength training, although I do think that both jumping and sprinting are good supplemental forms of training when you are a strength athlete, because they focus on power so much. So I think it translates well and it's good stuff to work on. Anyway, I better be off.